Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, TheMadKaiger, and up here today with another game review. It's been a minute. It's been a bloody minute since we've done a review on a game. Normally when I did reviews, I did it a couple of days after I played the game. But today is kind of a game that I was meant to do a while back. But I just never really got around to doing it. And today the game in question is Far Cry 5. Yes, I'm a bit late to the party with this one. You know, you've probably already seen reviews of this game. But of course, my reviews aren't impacted by what anyone else thinks. It's just my own personal opinion and thoughts on said game. Normally, like I said, I play the game a little bit and then do a review. I've sort of changed how I'm going to do my reviews now. I'm going to wait till I complete the game, unless it's a game that I don't want I sort of give up on or something. But if it's a game that I know I'm going to finish, I'd rather wait to complete the game, try and get most of the content completed. That includes DLC, if it has DLC and extra modes, things like that, so I can give you the full review rather than, you know, a third or 2/3 of the game covered. So start off Far Cry. This series has really grown over the years. You know, Far Cry started off as this, you know, shooting game, the original one on PC and original Xbox and things like that. And then Far Cry 2 was where it went to the sort of open world. But it wasn't until Far Cry 3 when people started paying attention to the series, because Far Cry 3 really, in my opinion, is what made the series get into that mainstream where everyone has tried it or at least played it, you know what I mean? And Far Cry 3, in my opinion, is still a fantastic game. If you're going to start with a Far Cry game, start with 3. I always say start with 3. The original and 2 are not that they're bad games, it just doesn't, you don't get the full experience of what Far Cry is about. And these games are big, you know, open world, open-ended. You can play it how you like. If you want to go in guns blazing, you can. If you want to take a more tactical and stealthy approach, you can. The game doesn't really force you to do any particular play style, except for on certain missions here and there. You might have to go stealth on some missions or vice versa. With Far Cry 4, I sort of played it a little bit and then I sort of gave up on it. I never really put too much time into 4. But Primal was what brought me back to the Far Cry series, because Primal was something a bit different. And it was really nice to see Ubisoft trying something new with that Far Cry formula that we all love. Well, me included. But sort of changed it up a bit by making it, you know, in the BC era, you know, the sort of like cavemen style era. But Far Cry 5 is what brought it back to the modern setting. The gameplay takes place in Hope Country in Montana, so it's got that American setting, you know, big forests, lots of places to explore, lovely, beautiful settings, high mountains you can climb, with amazing views, lovely like woodland areas with animals and plant life, and the ponds and the lakes. It is truly a beautiful game. It's not the best looking game you'll ever play. There are better looking games out there, but Far Cry 5 is not a game that you're going to play and think, oh my god, this looks like crap. It is a beautiful game, and if you take a minute to actually look at the environment, you go, wow, Ubisoft, you've actually done quite a decent job, you know, creating this sort of farmland-esque, you know, with farmland in the countryside. That's what it is. It's a countryside setting. That's the right word to say it. And the game looks beautiful, lots of great environments. The story basically evolves around you playing as a rookie cop, sheriff, you know, deputy, that's the right word, who basically have come to take down this cult who you know, sort of terrorizing this like country, basically, this state, this area. And obviously, like Far Cry, you play as the little man with the resistance, trying to fight against this evil people that are terrorizing everyone, basically. And that basically the whole story is basically it's split into 3 parts, where you have to take down Joseph Seed's family. You have to take down his sons Jacob and John, and his daughter Faith, and then finally Joseph Seed. And I'm not going to give away too much of the story, because the story is decent. It is a little bit hit and miss some places, but it's a nice sort of, you feel like you're doing the right thing almost. But as you play the game, it sort of throws in a few supernatural elements into there, some sort of like a ghost, and obviously there's this plant life called bliss, which is like a drug which basically turns people into like crazy things who call themselves angels. There's a lot of religious symbolism in this game, a lot of like Christian, but it's sort of like its own cult version of Christianism almost. And some people probably, if you're really religious, you might find this quite a sacrilegious game. Be warned, but to me, I don't really care. It's a video game, who cares, you know what I mean? But the story is quite nice. It's a decent enough story that makes you feel like you're fighting for a righteous cause almost. Again, with Far Cry, where it lies is in the gameplay. Like I said, open world, lots of things to do, like side missions. There's lots of main missions, side missions, treasure hunting, where you have to find like stashes, stunt missions where you do like trials with cars and things. Where this game has improved on is the customization options. So you can basically customize each and every weapon you get. Basically, you get money and things like that. And you can customize your weapons, upgrade them, add attachments. But you can also customize vehicles such as boats, planes, helicopters, and cars, of course. Cars, trucks, bikes, all of that good stuff. And there's a lot of replay value when it comes to that. Although the game doesn't have a continuation once you finish the last mission, it does have a New Game Plus mode with an even harder difficulty if that is your thing. But where this game does add something new to it that wasn't in Far Cry 4 is guns for hire. Basically, you can hire like teammates, AI controlled teammates that can help you in the fight, basically, and you can command them to help you out with stealth and action, guns blazing kind of thing. But also what's really great is you can get specialists, like you can get like animal specialists, you can get guys in helicopters and planes, snipers, bow and arrow people. Each specialist has their own pros and cons, basically, so you can be quite tactical with the game using this specialist / guns for hire system, and it works really well. I found that the game actually does sort of really sort of try to push this guns for hire specialist system on you, although you can play it without that if you really want to, but it is worth checking that out. What I will say is the game also offers a co-op option, and if you've got a friend or family member or someone to play the game with, definitely check it out, because the campaign is fully playable in co-op, and you can still use guns for hires as well. So I have completed this game solo. I am doing a playthrough, slowly doing a playthrough on co-op. But where the game gets really good is in its DLC and extra modes. So we already know about the New Game Plus mode, so you can go back and play the game on harder difficulty with all your previous equipment and upgrades and things, so you can try and get that 100% if you want to do that. But the game offers an arcade mode. Now, arcade mode is essentially community creation, and community creations is something I always say is worth pushing in as many games as possible, because community creation really increases the lifespan of a game, because you can go, here you go, community, give the game to the fans. They can create levels, and the community creations in this arcade mode is really good. There's so many extra missions you can do, base missions, trial and error missions, you know, stealth missions, guns blazing missions, racing missions, and the customization options are fantastic, and you can create your own maps and modes if you want to as well, to add to the community creations. And it seems like there is still quite a bit of community creation. Some are better than others, as always with community creations. But I will say that the arcade mode does offer a lot of replay value to the game, and the best part is any money that you earn from and perk points you earn from the arcade mode, you take back into the campaign. So it is worth checking out a few arcade missions if you need a little bit more extra XP and money. And like I said, there's some really good ones out there, and it's fun because it sort of goes back to the old school Far Cry game, which weren't, you know, open world, and it was just a case of, you know, do this, do that. And like I said, there's so many cool settings, like people have made, like Egyptian ones, urban ones, and things like that, space ones, which brings me to the next part, which is the DLC. Now, DLC isn't for everyone, of course. Not everyone likes to buy extra content. But with Far Cry 5, it is worth buying it. You can get the season pass for about £25, which isn't too bad, considering you get 3 extra campaign/modes, and also you get the remastered version of Far Cry 3. So just for that alone is worth it. The first DLC is called Hours of Darkness, and it is a Vietnam DLC. Basically, you play as a survivor from a crash in Vietnam, and the whole objective is for you to get from one side of the map to the other. Now, this is a full contained map. It's not as big as obviously the main map in the game, but it is a decent size. I found like this DLC does sort of push stealth on you as much as possible, but it does offer some bonus objectives like rescuing people, destroying propaganda like radios, trying to save as many people as possible, destroy outposts and things. But what's cool about the Vietnam DLC, you not get 1, not 2, but 3 modes with the Vietnam DLC. You get the normal mode, then you get survivor mode, which is a harder version with less supplies, which obviously tries to focus on that stealth element of the game. And the stealth element is pretty decent, I will say. Not perfect, but it is pretty decent. And then you get action movie mode, which basically is the exact opposite. You get as many, you can have up to 4 weapons, and it's all about guns blazing. So that's what's really cool about this mode, is you get to go back and play it in different styles. The second DLC was probably my favourite, is the Mars DLC. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called something on Mars. And it's basically the exact opposite end of the spectrum, from a realistic setting to fantasy sci-fi setting. You play on Mars, similar thing, side missions, outposts and things. The Mars DLC is so much more light-hearted. There's a lot of humour to it. You basically play as one of the characters from the main game, and you have to sort of rescue your brother's body parts, and you've got these alien crab things that you have to destroy. Again, new weapons, sci-fi themed lasers and blasters and things. It is hilarious. If I was to recommend one of the DLCs, that's the one you want to check out, because it's hilarious. And the last DLC is a zombie DLC. I can't remember what it's called. Dead Living Zombies, that's it. Dead Living Zombies, or Dead Living something, Undead or something. This mode isn't an open world mode. It's just 7 basically it's basically one of the characters from the main game trying to pass off his movie ideas and you're playing out his ideas, but it's zombies. So yeah, the zombie mode is pretty cool. There's 7 missions. Again, you get 2 extra modes with this. You get the normal campaign story mode, which is where it's just objective based, and then you get the score attack mode, which allows you to unlock some more weapons, skins, and customization options for the main campaign. And by the way, all of the unlockables in and extra weapons, vehicles, things like that in the DLC you do get in the main game. So that's pretty cool, because if you want to play through the main game and use one of the space blasters, you can do that. It does sort of make you a little bit overpowered, but it's pretty fun to sort of go off and kill the cult with lasers and things, and you know, flamethrowers and all this good stuff. And then, like I said, you also get Far Cry 3 Classic, which is the updated, almost a remaster. I wouldn't say it's a remaster. Well, it is a remaster. It's not a remake. It's a remaster, you know, updated graphic, 1080p, 60 frames per second version of Far Cry 3, which we all love Far Cry 3, so I don't mind playing through that again. Far Cry 5, this game, in my opinion, was the biggest step up from Far Cry 4. I felt like 4 just didn't have enough content. It was a good game, but Far Cry 5, in my opinion, is probably the best Far Cry game I've played since 3. I enjoyed Primal, don't get me wrong, but Far Cry 5 is fantastic. I put so much time into this. Will I go back and play through it again? Maybe. I might actually do it. Might try and 100% it. Get all of the achievements. But Far Cry 5 is definitely a game worth checking out if you're into open world first person shooters with lots of things to collect and open ended gameplay. If I was to give it a rating, I'd give this game about a 9 out of 10, which is pretty high. There are a few bugs here and there, but you know what they say about open world games, bugs are something that's quite you know, regular in these sort of games. It's definitely, in my opinion, worth buying this game. I got this game for £12. You can get this game less than £15 now, which in my opinion is well worth the price. This game is worth the price because you're going to get a lot of play value from this. And like I said, if you want the season pass, it is worth checking out the season pass, because it gives you more content and plus an extra game, in my opinion. And of course, arcade mode keeps you bringing back for more to try and get all of the extra stuff in the game. One thing they did change is the hunting elements of this game. You no longer hunt for skins to upgrade your items and things. That's all done in perks in this game. Hunting is just for money, basically, in this game, but still, hunting is still there. So there's not only killer cultists out there, but there's also killer animals, wolves, bears, cheetahs, things like that, cougars and stuff like that. Far Cry series, in my opinion, where's it going to go next? Will we get a Far Cry 6? Gamescom is coming, I think, or Gamer Fest, one of the other Ubisoft are going to be there. I would like to see another Far Cry game, kind of like Primal, set in a different time zone. They did have New Dawn, and that will be my next review, will be New Dawn, because I've been in that one as well. I would like to see maybe a Wild West one. I know people will be like, oh, Red Dead Redemption, but, you know, a Wild West one, or maybe even something like early American, you know, Civil War-esque style gameplay, or even a fantasy one, you know, with dragons and swords and bow and arrows and crossbows and things like that would be pretty cool. So Ubisoft, you did a fantastic job with Far Cry 5. Let's hope you can keep the series going. Is Far Cry 6 going to happen? Maybe. But like I said, really enjoyed Far Cry 5. The next review will be Far Cry New Dawn, and then Spider-Man. I'm hopefully going to finish Spider-Man tonight. And I got the season pass, well, the season pass for Spider-Man for $10.49. So if you got PlayStation 4, you can get Spider-Man DLC pretty cheap now because it's on sale. Worth checking out. I will do the DLC before I give my full review on Spider-Man, but I'm really enjoying Spider-Man. Again, sorry about the lateness of the video. Still got some things to sort out. Got my nan's fucking funeral on Monday, Tuesday, so I won't be around Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday next week. So if I don't do any more videos between now and then, I'm sorry. But hopefully we should get some more videos done. I've got some ideas. Like I said, I've got a couple of reviews coming out. Pickups video might not be for a while. But as I said, it is what it is. So thank you guys for all the love. I thank you all for those views on that ASMR PS4 collection. That's made my day. That has. I knew you guys would like that one. If you want to see my digital collection in ASMR, let me know, because I wouldn't mind doing that. Not that I have as many games digital. Well, actually I might have some more digital, but then again, like I said, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like, and of course, comment below. Let me know if you played Far Cry 5. What did you think of this game? Let me know. And as always, feel free to comment below about all of your opinions. And as always, have a nice day. Oh, sorry. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already for more game reviews, pickups videos, collection videos, and all of that good stuff. We all do it here on the channel. And as always, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Feel free to check me out on Instagram and Twitter at TheMadKaiger, because that's where I post updates to the collections and things like that. I post individual pictures of the collections, and when I do pickups, if you want to see the games individually. And also that's where I post my mini reviews on the series, games that I've completed, so you can keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Anyway, take care guys, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.